On the surface, Hushpuppi looks just like every other rich Instagrammer with millions of followers and millions to spend. A Richard Mille watch, a Rolls-Royce worth, shopping bags from Louis Vuitton, Gucci and Chanel, you name it, the Nigeria influencer, renamed Ramon Abbas, had it and he showed it. And while the online flexi brought him 2 million followers, it also led the FBI right to his doorstep. On November 7, Abbas 40 was sentenced to 135 months in federal prison for money laundering and internet fraud. Insider attempted to reach Abbas for comment for this story via his lawyers. Luis Shapiro, one of his attorneys, declined to comment. John O. Iwegone, Abbas' other lawyer, did not respond to Insider's request for comment. A Yahoo boy from the slums of Nigeria, Abbas grew up in a poor neighborhood of Lagos, the largest city in Nigeria. A driver named Sheye, who knew him as a child, told the BBC that Abbas' father was a taxi driver and that his mother worked at the market. By Abbas' own account, detailed in a handwritten letter dated September 9 to the judge overseeing his trial, he started selling sneakers and clothing out of his cash trunk in his neighborhood over 25 years ago. As his fashion business grew, Abbas was able to open boutiques around the city, but everyone else, Sheye told the BBC, knew Abbas made money through other means. Abbas was a Yahoo boy, Sheye said, referring to a term used to describe people who were involved in cybercrime, such as internet fraud and love scams. Hushpuppi grew up in my community in Bariga. Adedeji Oyenuga, an associate professor at the sociology department at Lagos State University, told Insider, the neighborhood was considered a slum, with many people living in poverty. As part of his PhD research, Oyenuga spent 6 years living among a group of Yahoo boys in Abbas community. Yahoo boys tend to be age 15 and above, Oyenuga said. Some left school early, others completed parts of their formal education but were unable to secure a place at a university or a job. They have a lot of awareness about what the world has to offer, but great frustration that they cannot find it for themselves because of unemployment and other thwarted opportunities to make a living. Daniel Smith, a professor at the anthropology department of Brown University, told Insider about the reasons some young Nigerians get mixed up in crime. Very few succeed because of cybercrime, much less get to a level like Abbas, Smith said, transforming into the influencer known as Hushpuppi. In 2014, Abbas left Nigeria for Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, the BBC reported. It was around this time that his Hushpuppi online persona took off per Bloomberg. Back in Nigeria, Abbas' Instagram presence turned him to a celebrity of sorts. He was seen rubbing shoulders with famous Nigerian musicians and prominent local politicians, the pidgin language service of BBC News reported in July 2020. Social media posts catch the FBI's attention. Abbas moved to Dubai and continued to upload images of himself posing with luxury vehicles and private jets while decked out in designer gear. Insider scanned through the pages of court documents, old media reports, and detailed sites to put together a picture of Abbas' spending habits. Among the items that made an appearance on his Instagram page, a black Bentley Bentayga, retail price starting at $160, a Disney exclusive collection t-shirt $650 and up, and a Richard Mille RM1103 watch $230,000. Everyone scrolling through his public Instagram profile could see the extent of his money, including the FBI. We have a lot of people at the FBI who are constantly looking through open source media, and other intelligence data to identify investigations that would be going after, and this is one of those examples. FBI Special Agent Adri Innocentin, who was involved in the case, told Insider. As far back as 2019, Nigerian media outlets were speculating that Abbas was a fraudster and a Yahoo boy, Innocentin said. Those reports plus a social media presence gave Innocentin and the FBI an inkling that something could be amiss, he added. In October 2019, one of Abbas' co-conspirators in online scam was arrested in a different investigations, but the police uncovered communications between the two, Innocentin said. Eventually, Abbas' social media pages were used as evidence to establish charges against him per the FBI affidavit filed against Abbas by Innocentin in June 2020. The FBI was able to link the phone number that Abbas used to communicate with his co-conspirator to an email address that he used to create his Hushpuppi Instagram and Snapchat account. The FBI was even able to use his birthday post to verify his name and date of birth against his previous US visa application. One of those posts, uploaded to Instagram on October 11, 2017, featured a cake that said "Happy Birthday Ramon" and the caption "Thanks so much at Gucci for this special. God bless you guys at the Dubai Mall Gucci store" per the affidavit. According to the affidavit, Abbas finances this opulent lifestyle through crime by targeting victims around the world. His schemes decide to steal hundreds of millions of dollars. The one scheme in January 2019, Abbas allegedly worked with a co-conspirator to launder $114.7 million that North Korean hackers stole from a bank in Malta, per a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California. In another scheme, Abbas and his co-conspirators allegedly tried to steal $100 million from an unnamed Premier League football club by intercepting payments using fake emails, per the affidavit. The Dubai police caught up to it in June 2020 and they released a stylized video of the raid. A notorious Instagram influencer from Nigeria has been jailed for more than 11 years in the US for his role in an international fraud syndicate. Hushpuppi, whose real name is Ramon Abbas, was also ordered to pay $1,732 in restitution to two victims. The influencer rose to flame floating this wedding lifestyle on his page, which boasted 2.8 million followers, but it all came crashing down when he was arrested in Dubai 2 years ago. According to Don Awe, the assistant director in charge of the FBI Los Angeles field office, Abbas had, behind the glitz of this account, become one of the most prolific money launderers in the world. Abbas leveraged his social media platform to gain notoriety and to brag about the immense wealth he acquired by conducting business email, compromise scams, online bank heists, and other cyber-enabled fraud that financially ruined scores of victims and provided assistance to the North Korean regime, Mr. Owe said in a court document on Monday. Abbas pleaded guilty to money laundering last year, admitting the attempt to steal more than $1.1 million from someone who wanted to fund a new children's schools in Qatar. Court document in California says he played a key role in the scheme, playing the roles of bank officials and create a blog website. He also admitted to several other cyber and business email compromise schemes that cumulatively cost more than $24 million in losses, the U.S. Justice Department said. Among them was a 2019 scheme which plunged the European island of Malta into chaos as payment system shut down after he tried to launder $30 million stolen by a gang of North Korean hackers from the Mattis Bank of Valletta. At one point on Instagram, Abbas said he was a real estate developer and had a category of video called flexing, social media lingo for showing off. In 2020, he renewed his lease for another year at exclusive Palazzo Versace apartment in Dubai under his real name and phone number. Thank you, Lord, for many blessings in my life. Continue to shame those waiting for me to be shamed. He captured an Instagram picture of a Rolls Royce just fortnight before he was arrested. Those who know Lagos-born Abbas before his transformation into a Hushpuppi alleges are not the first scams he was carried out. He allegedly started his fraudulent lifestyle as a Yahoo boy, the Nigerian term for men who commit romance fraud by stealing other people's identities online and swindling their the wiser lovers out of money. A Lagos driver called Saeed told the BBC back in 2021 that he developed a taste for the finer things in life, but was always generous. He used to buy beer for everyone around, he said. According to Nigerian newspaper Premium Times, two imams wrote to the judge in Los Angeles appealing for leniency, saying they regularly helped out widows and orphans, as well as donating to things like feeding programs. Meanwhile, his wife said his arrest had plunged her into hardship, noting that she had to work overtime in order to pay for their child's private education. Abbas himself apologized for his crimes to Judge Otis, still writes in a handwritten note, saying he would use his personal funds to pay back his victims. He also said he had only made $300,000 from the crime he was being tried for. However, he was still sentenced to 135 months in a federal prison.